And right now, federal agents in Detroit are looking for two people wanted in an FBI raid.
Today, the feds captured this man, Mujahid Carswell, who they say was on the run in Canada. He and 8 others were arrested on a series of federal charges, including conspiracy and gun violations. Agents killed Carswell's father yesterday in a shootout at a warehouse in Dearborn. The feds say he was the leader of a radical Islamic group. Right now, 2 other suspects are on the wanted list, and investigators are trying to get them off the streets. Diana?
Tonight, we're learning more about this group and how they operate. Our Team 7 coverage begins with Action News investigator Christy McDonald on Detroit's west side. Christy?
Well, Diana, inside this very lengthy FBI complaint, there are bizarre and sometimes frightening details about what this group actually is. And this group is nationwide. The FBI raid has exposed the group Ummah, a word that means community, but agents say this radical Islamic group was intent on targeting the U.S. government, law enforcement, and creating their own religious state within the U.S.
It tells us about the imperative to think about national security in a broader context.
Dr. Richard Chadsey is with Wayne State Center for Peace and Conflict Studies. He said this group is nationwide, and no matter what religion, people disenfranchised can group together.
For years and years, become more and more frustrated, and the anger builds. This is a venue to express political discontent.
According to the FBI, most of the members of Ummah are African Americans who have converted to Islam while in prison. In the FBI complaint, the Detroit leader Luqman Abdullah is quoted as saying, "We've got to take out the U.S. government, and law enforcement is the devil and evil." The FBI says the Ummah is ruled nationally by Jamil Al-Amin, also known as activist H. Rap Brown. Al-Amin is in prison, convicted of killing 2 Georgia deputies. U.S. Attorney Terrence Berg says the Ummah here in Detroit may have been giving money to Al-Amin's family.
There was also some indication that he had intended to have some of the money that they were earning through the scheme go to, I believe, Mr. Amin's wife.
Just a short time ago, I got off the phone with the attorney who prosecuted Al-Amin back in 2002 in Georgia. He said that Al-Amin was serving his life sentence at a prison in Georgia, but he started causing trouble there, trying to convert a lot of the inmates to his brand of Islam. So what they did is they ended up moving him to the federal Supermax prison out in Colorado. And this prosecuting attorney says he is not surprised by Al-Amin's reach. Reporting live in Detroit tonight, I'm Christy McDonald, Channel 7 Action News.
All right, Christy, thank you for the update. In the meantime, one of the 10 people arrested turns out works for Detroit Public Schools. Action News investigator Heather Catallo joins us live from the federal courthouse where they all face that magistrate today. Heather?
That's right, Stephen. One of the men accused in this conspiracy is actually an elementary school gym teacher, and federal prosecutors say he had 2 knives in his possession when he was arrested at the school.
Instead of teaching children at Detroit's A.L. Holmes Elementary today, Gary Laverne Porter was making his case to a federal magistrate that he should be released on bond. FBI agents say Porter is also known as Mujahid, and he was arrested as part of a raid on a radical anti-government group called the Ummah, or the Brotherhood, which was led locally by Luqman Amin Abdullah. Federal prosecutors say Porter is a felon who sold 2 rifles to a confidential informant. They say he told the informant that he owned an AK-47 that he was keeping for the jihad and the war. Does he deny that he was part of Abdullah's group?
Yes.
Porter's attorney says the gym teacher has no history of violence.
He's been teaching for the last 38 years. He's educated, a loving father, sole breadwinner of his family, and he's charged with a serious crime.
6 other men charged with conspiracy to commit federal crimes also faced the magistrate during the detention hearings. In all, 12 men have been charged, but the group's leader, Abdullah, was killed during the raid. Even though federal agents say Abdullah promoted violence against law enforcement and a separate Islamic state in the U.S., they are cautioning the public.
We ask that people not draw anything from this, linking this group to mainstream Muslims, any of the mosques or facilities here in the greater Detroit area. This is a very hybrid, radical ideology.
Now, as for Gary Porter, the gym teacher, the magistrate denied bond for him today, so he is still in custody. It's not clear whether Detroit Public Schools knew about his previous weapons charge. Reporting live at the federal courthouse in downtown Detroit, I'm Heather Catallo, Channel 7 Action News.